I want you to keep doing Raw reviews times 1,000. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some more Raw thoughts. Yes, last week I said I wasn't going to do any more. Yes, I've been inundated with messages asking me to keep going. So, you know, the viewing public gets their say at the end of the day. So, more Raw thoughts. TLC's in, what, 3 weeks' time? Something like that. And it's the Slammies next week, so we can't stop yet, can we? Bloody hell. One little thing. Would you guys like me to start reviewing NXT? Because I watch that every week and enjoy it most weeks. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of moving. I normally upload a 10 years ago vid or a 97th Heaven or something like that on a Thursday. I'm thinking of moving that to Saturdays and doing NXT reviews on Thursdays. Would you like that? Let me know. Raw, we're live in Oklahoma City. We're told that. It's not just we're live. Punk starts stuff, talking about last week. He suspects Triple H may have had something to do with being attacked by the Shield last week. But surely isn't Triple H isn't that stupid, he says. He hopes he's wrong, but here's Steph. And she puts on that, I don't know what it is. I mean, people would say she's sucking up or she's simpering or something like that. She says, she comes out, for example, she comes out and hopes we all had a good Thanksgiving. It's like, yeah, you don't really give a fuck about my Thanksgiving, do you, at all? She said she was really upset when the Shield attacked Punk last week. She's more interested in the contract signing tonight, though. If Punk has a problem, he can bring it up with Kane. Out comes Kane, who says that the authority, he's investigated and the authority had nothing to do with the Shield attacking Punk. They go back and forth until Punk challenges Kane to a match, but before he can answer, out come the Shield. But, Steph, I've just started. Do it like 5 minutes in, please. No. Place your bets. Coming down the hill, so it's going to get louder. Here's an ambulance. Yeah, Stephanie won't let them attack Punk. Kane says Punk is to be respected, admired, and challenged. So he's challenged to a 3-on-1 handicap match at TLC, and the place goes mild. The segment established that there's a TLC match. There's a match at TLC, and we're going to get a contract signing tonight, so I suppose it did its job. We, the people, get to pick what the championship's going to be called. Awesome on the app. I'm going with, my choices are, my pick for what it's going to be called is World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Champion, because I don't believe they're going to unify the belts. Something's going to happen. Dolph and Damien Sandow have the first match. It's a no disqualification. It's a number one contendership match. I don't know why I said no disqualification then, because I'm an idiot probably. It's a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. Sandow wins in less than 4 minutes with You're Welcome. Their hardcore match they had last week went 12 minutes. Their straight up wrestling match went 4. Bella Twins and Natalya defeat AJ, Tamina and Summer Rae in a match where AJ didn't give a fuck about the match or her tag team partners by skipping around the Wrangle Lock, which meant that I didn't give a fuck about either. Apparently this one, yeah, I would say this was alright. It went about 5, but this one went longer than the opening match, actually. And, you know, it told the story, and it's obvious that they're going with Natalya versus AJ at TLC. In fact, that match is announced later on, yeah, by SmackDown General Manager Vicky Guerrero, which makes no sense. We get to vote on the Slammies. We get to vote on the extreme moments of the year, for example. And King says he remembers loads of extreme moments from Raw in the last year. Doesn't tell us any, he just does. Like, well done, Barton King. King's commentary on this show was woefully bad, really bad. And oh my fucking god, here's Wade Barrett. But he's not Wade Barrett, he's Bad News Barrett. Good news, yeah, he's got good news and bad news. Good news is that we're live on Raw. The bad news is cheap heat. Oh yes, this is shit. This is the best they could come up with Wade Barrett. Oh wait, sorry. Remember what Spaz Phoenix says? I always support the Brits. This was genius. This was the best gimmick they could give Wade Barrett. This is the best that they can do. This World Championship in a year. Fucking guarantee it. Randy Orton is in the back talking to a clearly terrified Brad Maddox, who is the Raw General Manager, just in case you don't know. This is his only involvement in this show. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Here's Daniel Bryan, not walking with a limp due to anal rapage or anything like that from being abducted by the Wyatt family last week. He seems fine. In fact, he was abducted. He recorded a podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is very, very weird, because at one point they say that he was left in an abandoned car park, which is, I don't know what the difference between an abandoned car park and a regular car park that's got no cars in is. But, yeah, on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt would say, say Daniel Bryan's fine with us, and in the time that he was abducted, he had time to go on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, which they plug here. Fucking weird. Weird. Bray talks in riddles. The commentators talk about that a lot. This was, basically, Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan had a really, really decent match. 13 minutes long this one went. And after Luke Harper, I get their names mixed up, had the match last week with Bryan, and it was a decent match. I think basically what these two matches have done, I understand that Bryan's a great worker and everything, but these established these two big guys as players on their own. I really enjoyed this. Nice, good stuff. And Bryan got the shit kicked out of him, but still came back to make the way that was good. And then Bray cut a weird promo on the Tron in the back after the break. Daniel Bryan bumps into Kane, who makes he makes it Bryan versus the three members of the Wyatts at TLC. So we've got 2 3-on-1 handicap matches to look forward to on one pay-per-view. That's not a good idea, in my opinion. Interestingly, when Bryan bumps into Kane, there is no reaction at all for the former Team Hell No. Remember how popular they were last year? Yeah, nothing. Nothing at all. And then we see footage from SmackDown where Brodus Clay calls himself a main event player when he's talking to Xavier Woods. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the funniest thing I've seen this month. And I've watched a lot of Jimmy Carr series in this month, so yes, it's only the 3rd. Yes, I know. Anyway, here's Sin Cara, complete with his shitty mood lighting. Commentators are far more interested in talking about, I don't know, anything at all other than talking about the match. Little things like saying, have you ever, King saying, he wonders if Alberto Del Rio has ever wanted to try one of the Lucha Libre masks, and you're like, you're a moron. You're a complete and utter moron. They talk about, they talk about anything but the match. It just completely defeats the point of having commentary. As a commentator, my God, I sound like a fucking American when I say it, don't I? As a mother, I think this, it's, as a commentator, my job is to get over the story of the match, introduce new characters to a new audience that might not have seen them before, talk about the character, talk about what they are, what they do, all that. Don't sit talking utter shite, the three of you. Yeah, Sin Cara gets the win with a Senton Bomb. Fucking hell, can you believe that? I'm later told it's Hunico under the mask, and I was later told after that the guy who plays Sin Cara, the Mystico, he checked into a restaurant in Mexico a couple of minutes after the match had finished. You're like, whoa. The other thing about this one on the commentary, they talk about that Sin Cara had his own comic book series in Mexico. That's how popular he was. But that was the Mystico character. So I just don't understand why you would lie to your audience like that. Why would you say to your fans out there, hey, you can go and get your Sin Cara comic book if you want. People, it might be just one person. Seriously? Place your bets. What do we think? It's there. It's another ambulance. Fucking hell. Yeah. It might just be one kid out there, but that kid might be going to his mum. Or his mom, because it might be American. I want my Sin Cara cartoon. I love Sin Cara. They go looking for a Sin Cara cartoon. There's no such thing. Weird. Maybe that's just me. I'm a nitpicky bastard after all. In the back, John Cena is with the beautiful Renee Young. He says some stuff while I stare at Renee Young. No, it's not true. He talks about being the World... Oh, yeah, he talked about the World Heavyweight Championship being the same belt as the WCW Championship, which it clearly wasn't. And the Shield think... they basically say that either one of them could beat CM Punk. So 3 of them on the against 1, not a chance. Cody Rhodes and... Goldust and the Big Show lost to the Shield in a really good match, 20 minutes long. It was never going to be a bad match, this, was it? Really enjoyed it. What I loved about this one is some great storytelling here, because Cody got the shit pounded out of him, and the Shield worked over his left arm, and Cody sold the arm so beautifully. Later on in the match, he hit a dive to the outside, First thing he did when he landed, straight to the arm. I love that. You should love that. And you bet some of you were watching that going, I bet Mark P's loving this. Oh, but at the same time, I bet you were going, oh, but he's not watching, is he? Ah, you see, I was still watching. Hot tag to Big Show, who gives out beats for a bit, and then he gets beat. So when they get the hot tag to Goldust, it's really well structured match, really good. Goldust hits a superplex on Ambrose, but it's actually Roman Reigns. Sorry, no, Seth Rollins is the legal man. He rolls up Goldust to get the win. No problems with that at all. In the back, Punk is asked by the beautiful and fragrant Renee Young what he thinks about being in a handicap match, and he goes very strange and starts singing "I feel pretty, oh so pretty," and you're watching, to the point where my missus is sat. I'm watching this on a stream on my laptop. My missus is next to me going, "The fuck is he doing?" And it's like, I have no idea. But then basically he goes into the weirdest way to sell a pay-per-view that you can think of, because he says he knows he's going to lose. It's just how many of the Wyatts can he take? The Shield can he take down with him? Weird. Buy the pay-per-view to watch me lose. No? Bad news, Barrett is back, which is awesome. He says that I've eaten too much Thanksgiving and that I'm constipated. Nice one, Wade. Well done. And The Miz and Kofi are putting their differences aside now that the film has been and gone, and they put an advert up saying it's available on DVD tomorrow. And you're like, bloody hell, really? Was it that shit? But yeah, now that's been and gone, we can actually definitely turn Miz heel. So he does. He gives Kofi a slapping at the end, and Spaz Phoenix jizzes his pants. Ryback and Curtis Axel defeated Miz and Kofi, like I say. Los Matadores shill merch, which is nice. Miz Ark Henry defeated Fandango, which is nice. And then we see, I don't get this one at all. I do not understand why we need to recap seeing Titus O'Neil throw up on SmackDown. I just don't understand it. I've utterly lost interest in this show at this point. I'm sat, honestly, you know when you're at work, you've got an hour to go and you sit watching the clock and it goes into slow motion. I'm doing that. There's 45 minutes left of this god-awful show and you're going, just please end. They do a match. It's the Primetime Players versus Real Americans. Real Americans win, I think. Do they win? Yeah, an uppercut on Darren Young. But the story of the match is whether Titus O'Young will throw up again. Now, they specifically said that on SmackDown, Titus O'Young had been stuffing his face on Thanksgiving dinner for 15 minutes and then was put in the match. So the only way he's going to chuck up is if he'd been munching food for 15 minutes before the match, which clearly he wouldn't do. So this whole match is fucking stupid. Really stupid. Really fucking stupid. Speaking of stupid, we, the people, voted on my app on the name of the title. And we know what we voted for? We didn't vote for Undisputed WWE Championship, because that would be stupid. We voted for Unified Champion, which sounds so dumb. It's unbelievable. It's the contract signing. We're not going to get a main event this week. No. They stressed it'll be a unification match. I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. And Hunter, Stephanie makes a point of saying that Hunter had held both belts. Nice little touch, I suppose. Both signed the contracts, but that wouldn't be enough for the overrun that lasts 16 minutes, would it? Oh no! They get a chance to talk, and they talk. And Hunter says that, oh man, this was shit. Orton says that he, Hunter, and the people don't like Cena. And he's the only one who can beat Cena. Cena introduces himself, which is weird. Orton reminds him about, that we've met before. Yeah, I kicked your dad in 2007. And you're like, yeah, these two haven't exactly fought. This isn't the first time they've fought. All night we've been showing clips of these two fighting from years ago. And you're going, well, I don't want to watch these two fight again. I've seen them do everything to each other. What's the point? They talk and they talk and talk, and Cena says some home truths about Orton being lazy and arrogant and how he's so good and all that. And the usual Cena one. I earned this, you were given it. What's weird during this segment is the crowd don't really seem to give a shit about Cena. It's not a boo Cena. It's indifference to Cena. Anyway, the point is that they brawl around and we get chair shots and we get ladder shots, and then we get a bit where I bet the whole of the IWC went fucking yes, and I'm sort of going as Cena does this and then does this and then does the A8 through the table, and you're just like, yeah, it was good when Batista did it. I don't give a fuck about you doing it. Oh man, right after this show had finished, just for the lols, I went on Twitter. Noticed that #Raw was trending. Do you know what was really scary? Yeah, just clicking, just going through the tweets, how awesome this Raw was. How awesome this Raw was. The way these people were talking was like they'd watched an episode of Raw during the Attitude Era, you know, and you were sat buzzing off the show. And, you know, this was one of the best shows, you know, 8 out of 10 kind of Raw. You know, I can't wait for TLC. And you're sat there going, God, I'm almost envious because I almost wish I was like you. You know? I liked the Daniel Bryan match. I like the 6-man tag. The contract signing, I suppose, was alright. Little things bug me so much. Like Jerry the King Lawler saying that he said, when they were talking about the match at TLC, he said, we've never had anything like this before. And it's like, but you, Jerry, you commentated the match at Vengeance 2001 where we got an undisputed champion. You make yourself sound so thick when you say that. You know? It's just a thought, but have you ever thought of not saying shit like that? Anyway, yeah, this Raw was crap. It was better than last week. Should we give it that? And it's the Sammys next week, so it's probably better than what next week's is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know about NXT. Leave me a comment below saying what you thought of Raw. My next vid will be an Armageddon 2003 review. I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to everyone who watched me in November. November was my highest viewed month this year, believe it or not, with just shy of 13,000 views. Really, really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. I've been Mark P. Take it easy, guys.